Imagine this. You take an ordinary photo. Nothing special. Just pixels on a flat screen. But in seconds, it comes alive. It has depth, perspective, shadows that shift when you move. You're no longer looking at an image, you're inside it. A cat picture becomes a 3D sculpture you can rotate. A mountain scene turns into a virtual environment you can walk through. A sneaker photo spins in space like a product ad. This is not a game trailer, not a Hollywood VFX trick. This is real. And it's happening right now. Microsoft dropped a tool that changes, well, everything. They call it Copilot 3D, and it can take any 2D image and instantly transform it into a 3D model. But here's the question that has creators, gamers, designers, and tech geeks losing their minds. How does a machine look at a flat picture and magically know what's behind it? How does it create the hidden sides, the depth, the textures, without ever seeing them? And more importantly, what could you do with it? In this video, we're going to push Copilot 3D to its limits. We'll feed it random pictures, street food, ancient statues, even memes, and see what comes out. Some of the results will blow your mind. Others might terrify you. But here's the real kicker, this isn't just about cool visuals. It's about the future of creation, and how you could use it to build, sell, and dominate in the digital world. So, what is this thing? Microsoft Copilot 3D is an AI-powered upgrade to their Copilot suite, designed to convert flat, 2D images into interactive 3D models. And not just rough, blocky models. We are talking photorealistic, high-poly, textured 3D objects, ready for games, animations, VR, AR, even 3D printing. Until now, creating 3D models required specialized skills, Blender, Maya, ZBrush, years of practice. But with Copilot 3D, you drag, you drop, you wait a few seconds, and boom, you have a fully formed 3D object. Let's try something simple. This is a picture of my sneakers, just a quick phone shot on my desk. Watch what happens when I feed it into Copilot 3D. Look at that. You can rotate it, zoom in on the stitches, even see the sole thread. Remember, the original photo didn't have any of that detail visible from the side or back. The AI invented it, based on training from millions of similar images. Okay, that's impressive. But let's get crazy. What if I take a centuries-old painting and ask Copilot 3D to turn it into a model you can walk around? This is where it gets unsettling. We are looking at an AI hallucination, it's imagining the unseen parts of the world based on learned patterns. Which means sometimes, the results are shockingly accurate. Other times, they are nightmare-full. But that's just the start. Next, we are going to uncover the hidden tech that makes this possible. What I'm about to reveal will make you question everything you think you know about AI. Because Copilot 3D isn't just a clever piece of software. It's powered by a deep, invisible network of AI systems that stretch across the globe. And inside those systems, there's a hidden layer, one Microsoft hasn't exactly put on the front page of their press release. Let's start with the obvious. When you drag a photo into Copilot 3D, it doesn't just sit there on your device and magically sprout depth. No, the moment you drop that image in, it's sent to a massive AI engine in the cloud. That engine runs on something called neural radiance fields, or NRFs, the technology so advanced it can map the shape of an object from a single snapshot. It's like a bat using echolocation, except instead of sound, it's bouncing pure mathematical guesses through layers of learned geometry. But here's the kicker, this process doesn't happen on one machine. Copilot 3D's AI brain is split across hundreds of specialized processors, working in parallel, reconstructing your image piece by piece. And the more complex the photo, the more it has to imagine. Now, about that secret feature I mentioned. Microsoft didn't advertise this in their announcement. But deep in the code, there's an experimental mode, hidden from the main interface, that lets Copilot 3D link your image to online databases of similar objects, and pull in extra detail. That means if you feed it a blurry photo of an old car, it can find other images of that exact model, merge the data, and rebuild it in hyperrealistic 3D. Sounds amazing, right? But here's the part that makes me uneasy: if it can search the internet for object references. What's stopping it from using personal photos that were never meant to be public? That's the thin line between innovation and invasion. I decided to try something risky. I took a random, low-resolution image of a rare, discontinued action figure from the 90s, a toy I've had since childhood, and dropped it into Copilot 3D. The result? Not only did it rebuild the figure in flawless 3D, it added details that were never in my photo. Perfectly accurate engravings. Exact shade matches. Even the small scratch on the left foot, something only my figure had. Which begs the question, where did it learn that? The answer is simple and terrifying. Somewhere, in some dataset, it found other pictures of this exact figure and combined them with my image. And if it can do that with a toy, imagine what else it could reconstruct. For 3D artists, this is revolutionary. Years of painstaking modeling, gone. You could build a game world in days instead of months. For small businesses, this means you could scan your products for a website without hiring a 3D artist. For filmmakers, it's a shortcut to worlds you've never even visited. But here's the flip side: when AI can invent the unseen, it can also fabricate the false. Imagine an AI creating a 3D crime scene reconstruction from a single blurry CCTV image. And what if it gets something wrong? The consequences could be huge. And as with any breakthrough, there's always an underground market waiting to exploit it. Even before Copilot 3D's public release, forums were buzzing with people talking about how to use it for less than legal purposes. Bootleg 3D replicas of collectibles. Counterfeit designs of unreleased products. Even recreations of restricted items, things you're not supposed to have. And the scary part: these models are so good, they're almost impossible to tell apart from the real thing. So here's where we are. Copilot 3D is the most powerful public 3D creation tool we've ever seen, and it's just the beginning. But I've been digging deeper, and I've found something even more shocking. An advanced version of Copilot 3D that isn't available to the public. One that doesn't just turn images into models. It turns entire videos into fully navigable 3D environments. We're going inside that unreleased build. And trust me, once you see what it can do, you'll never look at video footage the same way again. You're about to see something almost no one outside a handful of engineers has ever witnessed. The unreleased build of Copilot 3D isn't just a step forward, it's a leap into a different reality. This version doesn't start with a flat, lifeless video. It starts by breaking that video apart, frame by frame, tracking every moving object, every subtle change in lighting, every shadow, every reflection. Then, using AI models far more advanced than the public release, it rebuilds those fragments into a 3D world you can walk through, pause, rewind, and explore, like stepping into the memory itself. Imagine watching a video of your childhood home and being able to physically walk into that living room again. Not just look at it, but examine the books on the shelf, peek into the kitchen, or even open a door you never filmed. It doesn't stop there. This build lets you shift perspective, like rewinding a security camera and then viewing the scene from the thief's point of view. It's not just 3D, it's omniscient vision. And here's the part that made my hands literally shake when I tried it. The AI doesn't just recreate what's visible. It predicts what's hidden. If you film a street from one angle, the unreleased build can reconstruct buildings and objects that were never in the shot, using prior learned knowledge of architecture, material physics, and real-world geography. It's like your camera has become a time machine and an X-ray scanner rolled into one. The implications. For filmmakers, instant, photorealistic sets from a 10-second video clip. For architects, site surveys with a handheld phone, no drones or scanners needed. For historians, digitizing lost places from a single piece of surviving footage. But there's a darker side. If this tech fell into the wrong hands, privacy would be an illusion. Any clip, public or stolen, could be turned into a fully explorable space. Your home. Your office. Even places you thought were safe because the footage was blurry or incomplete. And here's the chilling part. The build I tested already integrates with satellite feeds. Meaning, given a few frames of aerial video, it can reconstruct entire neighborhoods in 3D. Street by street. House by house. Right down to the furniture through the windows. I asked the lead engineer if they understood how dangerous this could be. He just smiled and said, "We know, that's why you'll never see this version go public." But here's the thing. I'm not convinced it will stay hidden. Because history has shown us one truth. No matter how powerful the technology, sooner or later, someone finds a way to leak it. And if this ever escapes the lab, the line between recorded reality and living reality will disappear forever. So, the question isn't if we'll all step into our memories like worlds we can visit. It's when. And when that day comes, will it feel like magic? Or will it feel like surveillance? In my next deep dive, I'm going to show you the one company that's already building this future in secret, and how they might beat even Microsoft to the punch. Stay tuned. Now ask yourself, what's stopping you? If you love real stories of grit, failure, and billion-dollar breakthroughs, hit subscribe and join us on the next journey.